We are not here to talk about that. Let's delve right into NSMQ. So this is what we are going to do, guys. We are going to look at the contest, the first contest, and we are going to delve very deep into the contest. We are going to talk about what we did well, what we didn't do well, and what we can do better. And we are going to compare the contest with last year's contest, right? Because last year was what took us to the final. So we are going to compare and see what we can do very well this time to take us beyond finals, which is what's winning the trophy. Beyond finals is winning the trophy. Yeah. We are winning, right?
Yeah, we win. Victory.
All right. All right, so let's go straight into it. So now let's look at the first contest. It was between Achimota, Accra Girls, and Sunyani. What do people think about it? Did you watch it?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. What do you think?
Yeah, it was a good contest, and I would say we did just enough to win the contest.
Enough.
We actually did well to win the contest, but some parts were shaky and we were like, hey, what is going on? Yeah, that's how I felt about the contest. Yeah.
Honestly, coming into that contest, I didn't think any of the schools would have been a match. But to my surprise, Sunyani didn't do that well. But Accra Girls really gave us a run for our money. And it made me analyze the competition in a way, and I saw some flaws which our address as well.
Kenneth said enough. Kenneth said enough. Are we just supposed to be doing enough in a contest?
Oh no, because like looking at it, a lot of people were expecting us to like cap them, in speed race. You're supposed to like, be picking the points and things, but in speed race, I feel like we fell short. And if we met a school that punishes in speed race, they could have done justice to us in that contest. Glory be to God.
So more like we were lucky.
It's not like we're lucky, but that round we really did not. If you look at it very well, and also the problem of the day, we did not really execute. But I also think the problem of the day, we can't blame them as much because normally when you take the biology problem of the days, they are very technical, and anything you do might not give you the mark like that. So that's why that day a lot of schools to score low, and we happen to be parts.
I mean, right now we are comparing ourselves with a lot of schools. If a lot of schools are scoring low, why can't we score high?
Yeah, we can score high, but as I already said, the biology ones are.
No, so then we are already creating an enemy for ourselves. Why is biology like an exception?
Okay, it's like biology is an exception, but the kind of question they got that day, I feel like maybe they had not met such a question before, or I don't know, maybe they were rushing at it or something, but yeah.
So you couldn't solve it from your house?
I didn't get to read the actual question. Yeah, I didn't get to read it, but there are positives you can take from it actually. And we did very well in the true or false and the riddle. We actually did very, very well.
But we got two.
You got two riddles?
No, two. Like two in the problem of the day. 2. 1, 2.
Yeah, it's quite, and I'm sure they are going to work on it. They are going to become better because definitely we might meet a biology problem of the day somewhere else, and we are supposed to do justice to that.
Yeah. Your take?
Okay, so when I was watching the contest, I managed the school's Telegram channel, so you know the banter here and there. I was flooring the Prosec boys and things, thinking we were just going to ride over Accra Girls, but when the contest started, Accra Girls wasn't picking up, but they managed to catch up, and we were leading by 1 point.
Just one?
Just one after speed race.
So when we were leading by 1 after speed race, because the speed race we were very slow. Honestly speaking, we were very slow, and even on our OA platform, we were concerned that last year, if we take the event that happened last year, speed race, if we hadn't covered for speed race and we take our question during speed race, we are equally as fast as the good schools. But for this year, we were a bit slow when it came to the speed race. So we made the Accra girls come closer. Then when it came to the problem of the day, you see, we were watching from home. So sometimes they can just go off and an advert comes. So when I had to go and do something. So when I came, the woman was marking it. So when she said Achimota, you see, they addressed the school from the lowest to the highest. So when it was 0-1, so when Achimota school was the last to be addressed, I thought something huge. Then she was like 2. I shouted, Jesus! Because 2, and I texted, I think, one other second. He was also on their team. He was like, oh, the questions were not really as easy as we think, because he thinks that sometimes when the ballot for the questions, the one he chooses is a bit difficult than the other people. Because if you take today's contest, today is Monday, the contest, other, should I say, B or C class schools are getting 10 out of 10 if they are problem of the day and things. But if we were to get those kind of questions, we would have done better. So, although we are concerned, I also think that it's because of the kind of questions we might have gotten during the ballot. So, our school.
Well. Are we not supposed to be like prepared for any kind of question?
Yeah, I think we should be prepared for any kind of question.
Presec would have gotten a 6 or a 7.
I don't know.
So.
I don't
You
think
might.
so.
You shouldn't be so sure.
Yeah.
Because I watched Presec's contest yesterday, and they got above 60. Yeah. But the Presec, I know, speedways, they should scare you during the speedways. But these speedways, I don't know if they were more reserved or calm, but it wasn't as scary as last year. Because last year, when Mathematics, yeah. When they started speedway, the woman does not even finish. Then he's giving the answer. But this year's speedways, you can see that although they get it, they take a bit of like time to get the answer and everything. So the Presec that everyone was scared of last year is not the same Presec. So I'm very sure Presec is not winning.
Okay. You are very sure Presec is not what?
100% sure.
They are not winning. They are not winning this year's NSMQ. Presec is not winning this year's NSMQ. Okay. So based on the first contest, now let's compare the first contest to last year's first contest. Do you think this year's contest was better or last year's contest was better?
Sure. So comparing it, just the 1-8.
Yes, just the 1-8.
I think last year 1-8 was better in terms of the speedways. In terms of the marks, like we actually had huge marks. As you said already, sometimes it also due to the questions you get and the situations.
Right now, we are not comparing questions because NSMQ, they are supposed to have the book in your head. So we are not comparing questions.
Yeah, but
we are talking about the contest.
I would say that last year we really, because Notre Dame last year were very good. They were actually very good, but we managed to actually like gap them in the end. So I think compared to last year 1-8 was better than this year.
Do you remember your scores?
Yeah, I think it was around 60 something.
And this year was 46.
Yeah. So comparing this year's contest to last year's contest, I would say last year, honestly speaking, if last year's contestants were going to compete, we wouldn't watch it because we know it's a win. And most of our old students on our year platform said that the fear and panic our team wanted to bring to us, by God's grace, it didn't come. Last year's contest, I wouldn't have done it because from the start, I think our first two contests we had over 60 points.
Yeah.
And it was a good message being sent to the OA community. But hope is not lost. We'll blame it on the question.
Yeah.
We blame it on the problem of the day and what? And the speed race. What was the most difficult part of the contest yesterday, or our contest? I mean,
I think it's a speed.
It was a speed race.
You don't think it was the problem of the day? They got
No.
two.
The problem of the day, we see that the problem wasn't just from our side, it was from all the schools. So we could say.
And even with the speedways, I don't think it was just about them being slow, but maybe they actually fast, right? It's not just about
Yeah.
But I think at a point they were rushing to get the questions because it looks like for the first three questions you are not getting anything, so you won't get the answer correct, so they were rushing to press, and they won't get the answer. Then Aka girls will wait for
Last clue.
then they will get the question and get 1 point. So I think that will play the major role. They were kind of rushing to get it.
Wait, so look who is talking about not waiting for the last clue. Last year, were you not in a hurry to press the ball? I just remembered. Look who is talking about waiting for the last clue.
For that we always remember that day and we are saddened because we knew that we could have won last year. It was our year though, but speaking of this year's contest, that was, I think, we contested Saturday, right?
Yeah.
On Saturday, I think for this year's team, speaking from an audience point of view, I think comparing last year and this year, last year's team had a game plan from how we see it. It was like last year they capitalized on the other schools' bonuses and they make sure they don't get any question wrong in the first round. So even if they don't take any question from the speedways, they are ahead. But for this year, sometimes they give room for some mistakes. So they are not really able to let go of the speedways because I remember.
So there's no game plan.
No. I'm coming. I'm getting my point. I think the series for last year, it wasn't a series for the quarterfinal. We didn't tackle a question in the speedways. One of our contests.
It was the same.
The semis. We didn't even tackle a point, but we still were ahead of.
Yes.
That was when-
I remember I was getting heart attack because
Exactly, that girl. I have a personal beef with her. She came and she was scaring us because it was getting very tensions, and that's when water boat sweat on its forehead. Yeah. Apart from that, we could see that when they are done with their first round game plan, they're able to carry it to the end. But this year, and our true or false board is here. Yeah, he doesn't get it wrong. So we know when he's on the game plan. But for this year, I think for the riddles, they are better. We compare, they are better because they got.
I can see that.
Yeah.
They are very good at
They
it.
are good at the riddles. And so I spoke to Sepisi that he should tell them to improve upon the speed because if they are going to give room for mistakes in the first round, at least the speed will help us get something in the round 2 in speedway so that when we meet those big schools, they are not able to.
big schools. Which schools are those? Is there a school bigger than Achimota
No,
school?
there's no school bigger than Achimota.
So what do you mean by big schools?
I say big schools. When I say big schools, in quotes, they're PCs, they're organ schools who are making 70 plus points. And they are fast with the
They are not big
speed.
schools. They are children.
Yeah,
They are.
but
Yeah, they are catching up.
I have something to say about this.
Okay.
I don't really think they don't have like a game plan. I think that
Yes.
because every school is
Has a
ready
game
to
plan.
catch a bonus. Like nobody wants the bonus to be, but I don't know. Like contest they had around 1, it did very well because they actually leading Apandals by imagine. But it's the speedways they gave proof. And I've been saying since we started the conversation that our true or false, like they did really well, and that's some positive we can pick out of it because they didn't miss a question. And the radios they picked. So if this year we have true or false the radios being this week, it's also a positive. And I think the place you work really hard on right now is our speedways because one man said, and Dr. Bright said that you win contests at the speedways.
Yeah.
You can easily win it at the speedways.
they step on it at the speed.
Yes. Last year people were doing kill or be killed. People were just like pew, 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 and I was at the back like Jesus. Because people were just like going in for it, like, and then the other schools will wait for the last clue. So don't you think that maybe they are looking at what Ipo did last year, and that's what is making them like? No, that's not what I'm saying. Don't get me wrong. Maybe they are just trying to like compare themselves to last year, and
I think we have talked to them, and it's not because they're comparing. I think last year it's the circumstances and the final. I know you wanted to wait, like get it, you know.
Last year, I feel the last year's team has paved the way and has set a standard. So it might also play a role that they don't want to go below that standard. And also for last year, personally, I was with the school at the top. So when he came on, I think we were behind. We were even behind was. Then he came on. Then we were praying at the top. Honestly, that was when we were also praying.
even I was praying at the back there
We
because
were praying. Then we closed the margin to 3 points. So we understand him in the sense that he wanted to close that
3 points
down. And that's when he just,
got carried away.
carried out.
Because the two of us there, I was so happy because he was just answering. I was like, so I was sitting behind the Presec boys, right? And I was giving them fire, and they were
scared.
and they were sacking me because they were like, you have brought bad luck, bad energy here, so I should get out. I said, no, I'm not going anywhere.
But anything, like remember, it wasn't just me; it was the team. We were all answered together. Iron water.
You are the one sitting here, so who will we attack?
Okay, sure.
Okay. So now let's look at the contest. We've come this far, 1/8. How far do you think we'll go?
Alright. So if I'm to speak neutrally, I'll speak on two sides. Like based on just this contest, being a neutral person, I'm watching outside, like, Achimota school is not really convincing me. Because, like, car girls, you couldn't, and other schools are really doing well outside. So then the person might think, okay, higher they can go is semis and things. But then, like, if you really follow Achimota school, this team, throughout their trials and how they have been performing, you could see that this team carries hope, like a lot of hope, because they have done very well.
Why people were not carrying hope?
We carried hope. But you see, we lost quite a number of our trials. But these guys are really doing well in their trials. So looking at that,
So people were working on faith, and they are working on hope.
NSMQ is a move of faith.
No, I'm asking. So you people were moving on faith, and they are moving on hope, or what?
Oh no. That's not what I'm trying to say.
What are you trying
I'm
to
trying to
say?
say like these guys, like their trials, they've really done well. So looking at that, I can see that okay, maybe that day the questions they got and the circumstances really did not go well for them. And I'm really optimistic from my side. I'm really optimistic. Like they can go as far as finals. And we are meeting Ketasco. I'm very optimistic that we can beat them. Because Ketasco equally did not impress in their. We did this at the same time. Equally did not impress in their contest. We are in the same boat together. But I think we have the edge to beat Ketasco at it, and we can
Beat Ketasco at it. Bishop, what do you think?
Okay, so
How far?
I'm speaking from the aspect of the agenda boys on Twitter and Telegram. So for the agenda boys, they are always on the next of meeting.
Yeah, of course.
If you check, they are mostly Ogasco at Disco Butri boys. And we are always bantering them, like how Gilly is going to lose right now. So, yeah, for Achimota school, I think with our contest, when it comes to the Heat Accra Girls gave us, I didn't really want it to come that way. But if you are to look at how our questions were answered and their confidence, I think Keita wouldn't be a match, although they will bring their A game. We are going to try and over them. My only fear is not the final, but the semis.
Why?
Because I'm looking at the contest where we might either meet PC or
I don't think we meet them. They are another part. Our part is very different.
Our part is very different, but the semi, those we are going to the quarterfinals with, it's Keita and I think Keita and
I don't know.
another school.
I'm trying to forget another school. But
Because Keita is the only game here, and if you check the polls that are going around, Achimota school is really retarded when it comes to the votes because they think Keita has made the name and has been in the finals a couple of times more than we have, and have won. No, I mean like
Recently.
Have won and have beat their name, and they think they are going to try and us. And I always tell people that you attain your respect when we are able to show you that Keita is no match. So I think Achimota school is going to have a bit of a problem when it comes to the semis and not the finals.
Do you think we'll go to finals? That's my question. Do you
Yes.
think exactly?
Yes.
We are going to finals, right?
We are going to finals.
We are going to finals.
Yeah.
Finals is our destination, and we are carrying the trophy, Anna.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bringing it
This year. Once we are not meeting Presec in the final, there's nothing.
Why do you keep mentioning Presec? Why?
Because the school of thought to tell you that they are the landlords of the game. They claim
Landlords.
to be the landlords of the game.
They claim,
Yeah.
but every year is different.
Every year is different. Actually.
I sincerely think maybe Presec 2 can make it in the final, but even if we meet them in the final,
I'm very optimistic that they are giving at the semis. Because looking at Presec's performance, they retard every year. Presec's team retards in their scale every year. And this year is not for them. And they know themselves. They know themselves and they are using the fact that they've won twice in a row to say they should go to another school. But they know that the confidence is not really for them.
This year end for you, Presec. That's what they are saying.
one thing I want to say is that so sometimes the quiz is also about the determination you bring to the game. I sincerely think the quiz is a sport. It's not just about what you know in your head. How much you can intimidate your opponent and how much intimidation. Because one thing I take from our content is like even after speedways, like the last question, how he, Wanganaka answered the last question, really like, wow, okay, this was in the game. And there was determination, they pushed, they won.
She didn't finish.
And she didn't finish. So I think sometimes some schools do well, but what really keeps the schools that are doing well constantly in the game every time is that there's this determination and this mentality that they are winners and they are going to win it. So that's why sometimes
So why don't we have that determination?
we have it in this team.
So last year Ipo didn't have it.
We had it, that's
Oh
why we
please!
went
You
there.
said we have it in this team, which means that last year Ipo did not have
I'm
it.
talking about like recent issues, like last year.
Me, I'm talking about last year and this year. Oh.
Yeah, I really understand.
Yes, he was there.
Last year we had it. That's why we could, because some of the contests like were very hot, especially the Cohese contest. Cohese and Lucas, that contest was the hottest. I can like it was very hot. They were coming. And Cohese took the last week and we went ahead.
Okay, so now let's compare the contestants. Comparing the contestants of this year to your team, do you think they are better than you or you are better than them? Layman's terms, that's what I'm saying.
Oh my God.
Wow, what's your question? All right, so I don't know how to even use comparison.
You better compare.
All right, like comparing, I'll always do this like from a lane, like somebody watching and not somebody who has been in the team looking at just the 180. Like, okay, last year's contestants were convincing how they were fast, like giving answers, yes, water and things. So you see that.
Why would you say yes, Kenneth?
Oh, I mean, I'm talking about the speedways right now. That's the question. That's the question mark right now. Achimota school, are we good at speedways? Right? That's what everybody's talking about. So you see that, like, okay, yeah. But as already said, this team like carries a lot of promise, and I've seen them in a lot of other things, not the main nationals, and they are really giving, right? But looking at this contest alone, I think that last year's contestants did better than these guys.
He's praising himself.
No, I gave better premises for what I said, everything I said.
He's praising himself. Okay, now I'll talk from NSMQ. You've spoken from layman, now I'll talk from NSMQ point of view as a participant.
Yeah.
Do you think you people are better or you think they are better? You already said they have what? Hope. You people are working on faith.
Hey guys, don't characterize what I said like that. So no, I wasn't saying something like that. But like from technicalities, yeah, like what is going on? Like that's what you ask yourself. NSMQ person, like, hey, this speedway is there. They gave us a shock. So what is going on? But so if you are using NSMQ, then our team was better than them. But as I already said, NSMQ is also about the emotions that carry on with it. And I think if these people win, they are better than us.
Talking of emotions, I remember you about to cry after the finals, or you were crying actually.
I didn't cry.
I saw him with his parents. He had tears in his eyes. He was
I
crying.
was just upset.
You were crying. He was crying.
I wasn't crying. There is no video like that. That's so.
I should have taken a video, but he was standing by me.
I wasn't crying. I was just upset. I was just there. Like, I was thinking what I could have done better. Yeah.
Okay, so what do you think? Do you think this year's team was better than last year?
Everyone who knows me knows I love the school, so I really follow the school. So, honestly speaking, with our participants last year, I won't lie to me, I didn't have hope.
Oh.
The only hope I had was water was in my house. Like, God has no failed country though. So I had hope until they had their first contest. Then I saw that. But from the trial,
Like last year, our child they had problems.
But fast forward to this year, I always ask whenever I hear the team goes for trials and the results are coming, I'm like, oh, they are doing very well. But they get to the NSMQ, their first contest, they slack a bit. But I'm sitting on the, how do you call it? I'm sitting on the hope that their trials was better. And I hear this team has beaten Pusek before. So once we go, any team, honestly speaking, every team there is using Pusek as their benchmark. And that's something you cannot take away from them. Because, no,
They are proving it, like they are proving it.
You are already giving them the upper hand over you.
No,
like in everything, you are say Pusek.
No. In as much as you want to relegate Pusek to the bottom, Pusek has made their name. They've proven it countless
That's
times.
one. Like they say, past glories. That's what they say.
Glory, but last year they put us in our place with experience. I mentioned Pesek because of their experience. And last year, I'll tell every Pesek boy that we were there. We saw how you were scared, but you won with experience. And the experience made them know that they had to wait when our guy, who was a bit inexperienced with finals, rushed to give a long answer. Yeah. So once we've been able to beat a school that last year, we never beat them at trials. We never beat a trial. I have the hope that all the other schools will just be schools that we will ride over. And I think our confidence will be much more after we beat Keita. I think our confidence boost will be more after we beat Keita.
So wait, do you guys think they are like just putting away, like you said they've already beat some schools in trials and all that.
Yeah.
Do you think they're like not bringing up their A game? They're just like, maybe they feel like, oh, it was Accra Girls and Sunyane, so they put out, like they were not putting in more energy, or you think they gave it their all?
Honestly speaking, from my side of view, that wasn't Achimota's score. Honestly speaking, they knew they were going to win, no matter, because if you,
So they didn't put in A games.
No, that wasn't their A game. I don't know her name. The fair girl in glasses. She's on the team. She spoke to the Pascalina. If you saw how she spoke before the contest, I like something about Motown. We don't brag that we are going to win anything.
Me, I'll brag for you.
Because we know anything can happen. But the way she was so sure, but she didn't let it out. They knew that they were going to win, even if it's with 1 point.
Oh, okay.
So that wasn't our A game. They should expect that.
So more like we need to put in our A game in every contest and not like look at the schools, right? Because already you people are already looking at the schools, even sitting here.
Yeah.
You people are already looking at the schools. Because if you're meeting Presec, I don't think you'll be talking like this.
No, we won't.
Exactly. So you people are already giving them a reason not to put in their A game, because you people are saying Ketasco, we'll beat them. So maybe
but I think that insofar as the thing is national, we are doing national competition. You don't go to any contest without giving your A game. Hey!
so last year you were giving your A game for other games.
Every contest you have to give. If you're supposed to press their neck, press and kill them. Like that is it. You don't do that. Because we also are pump giving to Adi school.
So maybe Adisco also went in thinking that it's our palm. Maybe Adisco also went to the contest thinking that it's our palm, we'll pass them. So they didn't really put in a lot. And then it got over them. That could have happened to Achimota too.
I think that in all the contests they are going to do, they should keep their A game.
Right now, the zebra is dead.
Oh yeah, the zebra was never alive in the first.